Hi, I'm Mrs. Shirley Love Hill, and I am here to teach a lesson on like and unlike denominators. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here and pull up. So before we start a lesson, I want to make sure we understand what we're doing in the very beginning, so we'll all know that what standard we're working on. Right here, we're working on um, Common Core State Standards, math content, 8th grade, number sense, and it's D2. Order a set of real numbers arise from mathematical and real world context. So this is what we're gonna focus on as we're getting our lesson. And you will be able to add, subtract, unlike, and like fractions. We're gonna get to that first, okay? I can statement. I can add and subtract rational numbers, okay? I can. So we're gonna say I can do. We're not gonna say I cannot do, I can do it. This is a review of what we already done. So add like fractions. And when you open your journal, I want you to write down in there or look back and just take a yellow mark and mark through there because I'm a writer. I like to write things down. So I need you to write this down saying fractions with the same denominator are called like fractions. And then there's a rule for it. To add fractions with like denominators, add the numerators, that's the top number, and write the sum over the denominator, which is the bottom number, okay? So right here's an example, is 1/5 plus 2/5. Since they do have the like denominators, we do remember, we add the numerator 1 plus 2 and over 5, and you get 3/5, right? Very simple, just very simple to remember, okay? Now, although they're adding something more, as the number system is adding more to the number fraction, we have a whole of six wholes, and 6 and 5, 7, plus 2 and 1, 7. So now the wholes, you're not going to have to change those. That's going to remain the same. You're going to add the whole numbers, which is 6 plus 2. You're going to add those whole numbers. Now, when it gets to the fraction, you're going to add them. You're able to, you remember the rule is we can add this. We add the numerator over the denominator. Okay, so 5, 7 plus 1, 7. Okay, that's going to equal 6, 7. And then you got the 6 plus 2 is 8. So you add the whole numbers and fractions separately. Add the numerators, simplify and reduce if needed. You can't, there's not another, you can't find a least common, you cannot find a greatest common factor for this number because it's in its lowest form, right? Okay, right. Good. Okay, subtract like fractions. Here's another rule. Now, these rules we must go over. Remember these rules. You have these rules. You remember, you write them down in your journal because this is very important. Rule to subtract fractions with like denominators. Subtract the numerators and write the difference over the denominator. Okay, example. Yeah, you got 9/15 minus 6/15. Okay, so you're going to take those numerators. This is the same denominator, so you can subtract 6 minus 9. That's going to be that's 3, and so then you have 3/15. But now you got to. This is not in its lowest form. See, it's not as simple. It's not simplified. So to simplify this, we're going to find the greatest common factor. The greatest common factor that will go into 3 and 15. You got to do the same to the numerator as you do to the denominator. You have to have the same greatest common factor for both numbers, numerator and the denominator. So you got 3, you have 3 divided by 3, which is 1. You go 3 going to 3 one time, but 3 going to 15 5 times. So it's 1/5. It's simplified. Now there's nothing else you can do to that. That's it. It's simple as you can get it. Okay, subtract mixed numbers, and right here subtract mixed numbers. Since the numerators are 1 and 2, I'll write the mixed numbers as improper fractions. Okay, you got 1 and 2, because right here now, it used to be a time that we did something different with that. We took a whole from that, and that whole became 6, 6, and that became a 7, 6. So let's do it this way here. The new one is you just turn it into a improper fraction. Okay, 6, and to change 9 and 1/6 into an improper fraction, you got to take the denominator, multiply by the whole number. Now, knows who, I mean, this is the rule. And then you add the 1 to it, the numerator, which is 55 over 6. You do the same thing for the next one, the next mixed number. You got 6 fifths, 6 times 5, which is 30. And you got 30 plus the numerator, which is 32. So now you can subtract 55 sixths minus 32 sixths, which is 23 sixths. Now this right here is the numerator is larger than the denominator. So we want to simplify that. You simplify it by dividing the denominator into the numerator because it's bigger. So 6 going to 23, and you got 3 and 5 sixths. Okay, 3 and 5 sixths. Okay, now these are ones you can try on your own. And when you try these on your own, and then we'll correct those, and then we'll all see what the answer is. Okay. Now since I've been going to school, that's different, but changing to improper fraction is a good idea when you find that the numerator is one fraction has a whole number, and the numerator is larger, is smaller than the denominator you subtracting them to, so it turns to a mixed number. So I'll let you give you an opportunity to finish that up and to practice yourself. You'll practice and see what you get with those numbers. I'm sure you're going to do very well, and we'll be going around checking your papers and seeing if you're doing right. Okay, very good. This was a great lesson, and it's very nice, and I'm glad to teach it, and I hope you learned some things from it. And you can give your own ideas. If you have another way of doing fractions, as long as you keep those rules in mind. Okay, thank you very much.